Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shadowhand. Let's continue. So, we are now in a mad dash to Wrecker's Beach, which honestly, it would almost make more sense to stay at Darkmoor Estate, but Peregrine is apparently getting some smuggled goods that were paid for through the Darkmoor Estate's fortune, so now Shadowhand is going to steal back the smuggled goods that her money was used to get to it, and hopefully catch Peregrine. I think we'll probably actually end up fighting him in Chapter 19, so this Chapter 18 very well could be just a middle step, and then Chapter 20, 21, and 22 all might be just a wind up to getting to the magistrate. I question whether we're going to see much more revelations or anything like that. That this story may play out fairly simply, in which just Shadowhand just defeats everybody, regardless of how bad they are. Some of them seem really bad, some of them seem like they are medium bad. Here we have another background image that feels like it might have been pre-bought instead of actually commissioned for the specific game. Otherwise we're going to need something in the story to explain why this ship has been shipwrecked and why this boat is here, and why this lantern is of importance, why this lighthouse is of importance. I think you'll find that offshore cargo belongs to me. That's a moot point. Shadowhand, Shipwreck Sue, and her gang are taking advantage of the storm. She will grab any of my cargo that's not smashed to smithereens on the rocks in the swell. I don't know if Shipwreck Sue is a real person or if that is just a metaphor. I would guess that's probably a person. I'm going to do everything I can to save that cargo, and I'll fight the wretches if I have to. Well, that puts us on the same side for this time, Shadowhand. Come on, gather what you can. There's no time to waste. So is this Shipwreck Sue signaling to the boat with a lantern? Yeah, it feels like they may very well have just written a story there to explain the background image more than anything. It almost feels like this game would have a need for a different gameplay mechanic when you're on water versus being on land. And then half of the battles could have been on water, and that could have given just a natural field advantage to water-based weapons. Although that wouldn't have probably changed too much, it might be a little interesting. We need to collect 21 stars, which means we very well may struggle with that. We need to loot 1,300 gold, which means we very well may struggle with that. And we need to defeat the chapter boss, which we may struggle with that, but it doesn't matter. We can't beat the chapter anyways if we can't do that. I kind of wish more of the deals in the game were like this, where you're basically highlighting elements on the picture, on the background, but I think this deal is kind of unique in that case. Alright, let's play. So we'll start with a Joker. We have this charge just at the maximum. So, what I want to do is see if I can turn something to loot, which is not going to be a sword card. So let's turn this one to loot, and that's going to start us with 23 more gold, and we're going to just hope to be able to gather more gold as we move forward. Yeah, there's nothing here that using the galloping horse would help with, so we'll shuffle. Then we can go 8, and we can go 7 here. And then there's nothing the galloping horse would help with here either. This is another one of these scenarios where you're getting kind of no music and kind of distracting weird background sounds. It's almost as if the sound director overly focused or put all the budget in background sounds and didn't even think about playing music, which that's weird, certainly. I guess if you do this, that's probably your best bet. And then if I was to do this, that still doesn't really help anything. And here I could go 1 0 9 0. Take this 9. And now if I was to play this, still doesn't really help with anything. 4 now does work. 4 3 4 3. Reveal 1. I could go 2 1, or I could go 4 5. 4 5. Now if I revealed a couple of cards, that might help. So I think I got a little lucky there. 4 3 2 1 0 9 8 7 6 Okay, not too bad. 2 1 2 1 0 9. Seems like we got 16 options now to go forward, and so this is all going to be about just trying to get the longest combo possible, which if we can pull off a long combo, then that potentially saves us. Do we want to use a shuffle at this point? Looks like there is some cargo under here. 7 8. 8 6 5 4 5 4 1. I think you shuffle here. We've got a couple of ones here, so that I can put the 5 down this way, and then I can play that. Although I should have actually taken that one. 0 1. Alright, 4 more chances to get 2 more cards, and we could use a joker. Probably should use a joker if necessary. So now 2 more chances to get a 3, a 2 or a 4. Notice that even though we played this like the very first opportunity we could, it's still not recharged. So yeah, if we were to do the next subchapter, fail, and then reset, and then all of a sudden that was charged, because that tends to happen when you fail a subchapter, you then increase your odds better than pretty much anything else that you'll get more gold. 5 8. Alright, well, we'll use the joker card because we need those gold stars. And we're going to have to keep it up as far as just combos and gold. The cargo is mine. Fight me for it if you dare. So we're already into a duel with a sea dog. He has a grog bomb, a rat, a tankard of ale, and another grog bomb. Whereas I think I have way too high quality items equipped. Okay. This doesn't do anything for us. Poison. What do we want to do? I think we'll take this and just another one of those. Or one of those. And no, we'll take one of those, actually. Right, and duel. So I start here. We see there is a grog bomb that unlocks fairly quickly. I can't play any cards to start with, so sure. Just immediately slow him down. And then I'll go 6 here. And then I guess you go 5 here. And I think that's probably about as good as you're gonna get. I could play this, and then I could go 7, 8, and that's about it. So I think it's easier just to end the turn. And I'm just deflecting everything, so he may not pose anywhere as much of a threat as he seemed he might at first. If I can get a bleed. Notice though that this guy has over 100 health. He started at 110, so there is no maximum limit of 99. They just were kind of meandering near 99 a lot to kind of make it seem like there was a maximum limit. Yeah. Do we have any kind of action combo now? No. Okay. 4, 3, or 4, 5. 4, 5, 6 would actually do more. But I think you take this 3. I think that's the only responsible action to take. And even though he has a high damage, his defense is the same as mine, and so I can kind of balance this out. Of course, I wanted us to beat this in 13 turns to get 3 stars, and that's gonna be difficult. 9 here would reveal 2 cards, and then 0. Then 9, and what do we want to do now? We turn this to loot. That gets us gold, and then that gives us a 0, and then we can go 9, then back to 0, then 9, then back to 0, and then we could go 1. So it really wouldn't help us too much, or we could go 9. Is there a better move to play at this point? Nope. We'll just take this. 8, 7, 8, 7. It gets me a pretty decent combo score. This one isn't charged yet. I could throw a grog bomb if necessary, but yeah, I think I may very well have this in the bag. Now would be the absolute worst time to shuffle, so using a grog bomb is really our only option. Go in the turn. Take that joker. Start building up. We have 4 more turns though to get a triple victory, so you'd have to kind of struggle on that. He'd go 090 with a spare card, or I can just shuffle now. Alright, so 7, 6, 7, 6. Is there anything more to play? No. His bleeding effect has stopped. But I still feel like we can pull this off. Yeah, I just kind of need to get enough charge to move forward. Yep. Was that really enough gold? No. Ooh, and I wonder if maybe there is an overkill bonus that I've just been ignoring. I guess there has been. And so maybe that's where I struggled in the previous chapter to get enough loot, is that I just was not playing for a major overkill. Now we have a boarding axe that would hack for 16 base damage, charge of 5, 20% chance to stun, 25% chance to cause bleeding. That might be better than what we have. 18 gold, a grog bomb, and a diseased rat. But yeah, if you are going to win using a bleeding effect, you're probably not going to get much of an overkill at that point. You go 5, 4, 3, or 5, 6. I think you go 5 and then 6. And seems like there's nothing else that can be done. Then 5, 6 or 5, 4, 3. This time we go 4 and then 3. Definitely. And we're just looking for face mask cards. Otherwise we're going to be in big trouble. 1 connects to nothing. There's too many 3s and too many 9s. 8. I guess 9. Yeah, that was definitely the right move. 8. And then I guess we'll take this 9 this time. 2 can go with this 3. Then that's a 4. And then do we go back to a 3 or a 5? 3, I guess. A lot of this is just, I guess. Like, there's really no telling whether you're making the right moves or not. You'd have to look back with hindsight. Now would be the time to probably use a spare card. Or do we burn cards? Let's do it. 5, 4, 3. Gets us a nice combo. But yeah, it seems like it's 100% going to be a turn of luck as to whether there are even 4 or I guess 3 remaining face cards that are playable. Because it kind of doesn't feel like there are. 7, 8. Well, I could have done 9 otherwise. 1, 4 can take this 5. And that finally opens this up. 7 does nothing. We have 7 more chances. 6 can get this 5, and that 4, and then that 3, and then that 2, and then that 1, and that 0. Yeah, we really lucked out there. We take this 9, 8, 7. Do we shuffle cards now? I think you do. And let's see. You could do 0, 1, 2, or 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0. 1, 0. And then we'll turn the card that's probably going to be the most in the way into loot. Seven options to continue, and still a high chance of failure. 1 gets rid of that. 0, 6, 5, 4, 7 does nothing. 9 can get that 0. And then we can go 8, 9, 7, and odds of this winning are 0. So yeah, resume, end hand, no stars, retry. Like, you definitely can't afford a failure like that. And see, now it's much more random and much more obvious that you could win this deal versus the previous deal. Yeah, this is basically a cakewalk. Okay. Turn something in the loot, which I guess will be this one. And if I play this, I can go 9, 8, 7, 6, take this spare, 5, and that opens that up way quicker. Then you have 4, and then you have a 5, and then you have a 6. And shuffle. Six can do 7 now. I take this 6. That's really the only option. And then play some of that. And then that is 5. And take your option as far as a 6. Here, I guess this one. Might as well be that one. Is there anything else more to do? No. 1, 0, 9. And then 0. And then you take a 1 back. Then we could go 2. 2 and 3, and then back to 2. Let's see, 9, 0. Then we have to go back to 9. And then back to 0. Then we'll go to this 9. And take this 8. And take this 9. Is it worth it to spend a spare card here to go 5, 6, 6, 5, 6, or even 5, 6, 5, 4? Well, we've got so many options. I think we can just save our spare cards. Hopefully. Build up some savings. Maybe we could have gotten a slightly longer combo, but I question whether that really matters that much. So 5, 6. Then I could go 5, 4, or I could go 7. Guess you go 5, 4. 6 gets that 7, and then that 8. Yeah, 15 cards to get either a 2 or 0, and then either a 4, 5, 6, or 3. 3 gets this 4 and this 5. Now you have 12 options to get either a 2 or a 0. That seems fairly obvious that that will work. Not a lot of gold though. If I wasn't using my ability, I'd barely be getting any gold. That being said, since I am using that ability and I have put the maximum number of points to make my active abilities charge as fast as possible, I'm playing as close as I think I can to a perfect gameplay strategy to get gold, and I'm still not 100% certain I'll get enough gold. Stop there, don't take a single swig. So we're taking a rum runner on, who is going to be drinking just a massive amount of alcohol. And honestly, it feels like at this point this should have been a character that you would have run into a lot earlier. With 132 health and 12 defense, it feels like he might have way too much health and way too much defense, but it also feels like he is just going to make himself so incredibly drunk that he can't actually do anything. This does have a ridiculously high amount of damage though. The old forging hammer is a pummel for 24 base plus 25% chance to stun, and you reduce the enemy by defense by 50%, 6 charge. So yeah, I think they've created a weapon here that you're going to end up having, and he'll never even get to swing. If there was a concern about that though, we can address that concern fairly easily. We may be out of soap, but we definitely have knives, and we could do what? We could slow the opponent's weapon charging, I think also. And I don't think we need that one. Let's instead just take another knife. Then I guess the question also is 24 turns.
Duel.
So, you need a decent starting hand. And it really seems like you only have 4 cards that are face up to start with. So, very well may fail here. We now know that the torch is here, which that also helps me. Now, do we want to do anything? Sure. 5, 6, 7. Do we play it now? I guess we have to. He gives us a tankard of air. L. Which I haven't really found the alcohol-based power-ups to be particularly that useful. He deflected that. I was not expecting him to deflect. 9, 0. And then I guess 9. Could have been this 9 also. Or this 9 here. That didn't really help anything. Do I want to play a spare card? 6, 5, 6. Or 5, 6. I could do 6, 5, 6. Let's do it. 6, 5, 6. So we get more gold at least. And that does kind of lock him into a scenario where he's gonna have to have either a 1, a 0, or a 2, or a 9. Right. Okay. 2, 1, 0, 1. And nothing more can be played. This is just, I guess, easy to deflect. Let's see. I guess you do a 1 here because of that being a weapon, and we should focus more on the weapon cards. And remember that that's an option. Just pierce and throw that. But it doesn't kind of matter because his maximum health will get re-healed. So throwing these things right now is kind of a pointless venture. 5, 6 gets us charged enough to do this. We balanced it out. 24 turns and we've taken 7. I guess you just attack instead of looking for combos. This is just a bad deal, so take that because that charges that faster. Yeah, his slowed weapon charge still not really doing anything for him. But I think he may very well get past that hurdle. Yep, so now he's gotten a new deal. All of a sudden he may get this massive combo and yeah, get an attack bonus. He's at 51 damage. Alright, so 5, 6, 5, 4, or 6. I think you take the 6, yeah. And then you can take the 7. The best I can do is use that to my advantage there. Unless I wanted to use a spare card, which didn't really feel like using. He's just deflecting every hit here with this, so I need to if I have to play this again, switch out this weapon with something else, even if it's a weaker weapon. 14 out of 24. 10 more turns to try and win this. Let's see. If I take this 0 and then this 1 and then this 1, this 0, and then this 1, and then this 0. That sets us up, I think, fairly nice. I could now play a spare card that would be 7, 8, 7, 6 to increase the combo. Is that worth it? Let's hope it is. Still got plenty of alcohol. Really would like a bleed effect happening on this guy. And this is just, I guess, an example of a duel if you don't actually prepare and look at the stats in rather refined detail of what a character has and doesn't have. So stuns for 22. If he gets another charge, he'll be able to win. Just putting my health all the way back to the max. He's just constantly replenishing himself with alcohol. 5. There's really nothing else to do. If I did 9, 8, couldn't do anything, but I could do 9, 8, 9. Alright, what if we tried this? 9, 8, 9. Actually reveals 0 cards. So that wasn't very useful. 3, 2. And I am just not getting any combos here. 5. 8, 7. Might as well use this ability since we've got it, but yeah, I think we failed here. 24 is past the 24 stars we would need. We are nowhere close. Let's just be realistic here. Restart the hand. We need different equipment. So we need something that can do fairly high amount of damage, which should not be a tool. Riding crop might be our best bet. It would be kind of nice if these weapons slowly leveled up on their own. Although it would be also kind of irritating. I don't even know why I didn't have that equipped. Probably has a longer charge time on it. It'd be kind of annoying if you got just a whole bunch of bill hooks and you fed bill hooks into bill hooks, as you might do in a longer game to evolve them up. But you could make a simplistic system like that where you got a woodcutter's axe, you fed a woodcutter's axe into another woodcutter's axe, you have a woodcutter's axe +2, you feed another one into its +3, and it just increases your damage that way. So what was the gun the thing I just had? It was this 16 for 4. This is 19 for 6. And we have to go that route. Outfit wise, I'm not thinking I want to change anything. Weapon wise, we want to weaken attacks and defenses for a short time. Poison and weaken an opponent, maybe. Anything else we think we could use? No, I think that's probably our best bet. Without thinking it, overthinking it. Right, 6, 7. And then you go 6, 7. And then you go 6 again. That starts with a nice combo. Meanwhile, if I turn this 0 into loot, that gives me the ability to take this spare card. Do we want to shuffle? I mean, we have a decent amount of cards face up. We can take this 6 and this 7. And we can do this. So that gives you 1, 2, 3. Which we blow up and take for a tankard. Then we can go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Which 0 do we take? Probably this one. Then 9. Then take this 8. That way we have 2 connecting cards. Do we want to play a wild card now? We could do 2, 3, 2. And that would be about it. Now probably isn't the best time to do that though. I think you just attack here, start him big, then if he drinks alcohol to refill his health, we know we won't waste that. And at least he's not deflecting shots by the gun, which I think will drastically change our outcome. Do we want to bleeding and poisoning on an opponent at this point? I don't think so. But we are kind of not doing anything else, so I think we'll just turn things in a circle. Alright. So he's got an attack. Let's bleed and poison him. Stuns me for 22. There we go. And smack him for that. That way his charge will be slow, even if he does get a fairly high combo. Okay. This reveals a card, this reveals a card. Do we want to go 4 to get the sword? Yes, we do. Do we want to do a combo? I mean, I could do Joker 9, 0. Or I could just attack now. No, I think you do a Joker here. 9, 0, 9. That gets rid of 4 cards. and gives me the tankard avail. And we can take this 0, and then this 9, and we can take this 8, and this 9, and then I could play 5, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, and attack. I don't even know if this doesn't refill his health, so he's got nothing. So now would be possibly a time to poison him again, if we've got nothing better to do. So we'll start with that. And then we'll attack with that, and that stuns. Alright, so do you go 9, 0? Or do you go 8? I guess you go 9, 0 here, 1. And then this 0 is your only option. And then we can shuffle. Are we gonna get a lot of gold? I guess it comes down to an overkill bonus now. We're gonna win in like 11 turns if we're lucky. Let's see, 6, 7, 6. 6, 7, 6. And then 5, and then 4. And that does like 32 damage. Not much of an overkill bonus there. In fact, no overkill bonus. Because poisoning, I guess, doesn't do that. Which, honestly, I'm not sure if an overkill bonus of 10 really would only give you 10 more gold. Which, yeah. We can see if there's 660 gold left and they want us to get 1300, then we are just short of having half of all the gold we needed. And we have struggled quite a bit to get to even this point. But we've definitely had to consider what we're doing. So unless there is a later chapter that lets us get a lot more gold, the fear here is we're going to have yet again another chapter where I'm going to have to play it off screen on normal difficulty just to skip forward and play the next part. Let's see, 1, I guess, and then 2, and then I guess that's all you can do. We want to build up as many jokers and spare cards as possible. That will be the next thing we start putting points into, I suppose. It's not really beneficial to have more cards face up, and getting lucky does happen and does tend to be useful, but not really that useful. It's more just a nice little extra thing that happens sometimes. Alright, 3, 4, 8, 9, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Then obviously play this one, and then if I turn this 7 to loot, and then I get a 1 here, and I can play that. That gives us a combo for 5. And yep, not really any other options, so have to end the turn there. 7 can get to 6. 5 can get this one open. 4. 4. And then 3. And then 4. And then 3. Shuffle now. Might as well. And 2, 1. Couple more cards. 8, 9. 8. 7. 6. 6 does nothing. 6, 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 0. Then we could go back to 9. Then back to 0. Then back to 9. Then back to 0. Then 1. Wow. What a final combo there. Either that was just incredibly lucky or something in the game cheated for me. But even that doesn't feel like it's getting us enough gold. And I don't know how that could have gone much better. Stand aside or I'll send you to Davy Jones' locker. So now we're fighting a bootlegger, and I kind of feel like we fought a similar looking character already once. Chance for bleeding, and health. Alright, so I did not look to see. Did not look to see if the weapons I have are the better weapons or the worse weapons. I guess I'll just stick with the gun. Like, yeah, she has a 20% chance resistance to sea weapons, which both of these are land weapons, so that will work out just fine. 8, then goes 7, 8, 9, 0. And I guess you should play that to start. And that feels like that's just going to limit the opponent so much that they won't even be able to do anything. I don't have any poison or anything to do, so I'm just going to end the turn. Yeah. I think we're going to just end up passing and passing and passing some more. Interesting, the only thing blocking this card is the dark cards. So if I was to play this, I could go 2, 3, 2. But we're actually kind of far away from revealing all those cards, aren't we? And yeah, I don't think it's worth it to go any further down that direction. So we'll just attack. We probably should just attack here and get the health down by small numbers. 7, 8. Shuffle again, I guess, since we can. 7, 8, 9, 0. Then 9, 0, 1, 2. We may win fairly quickly here. 12 turns. I've taken 5. That is a little scary. Certainly. It definitely doesn't feel like that's a guaranteed victory. Hmm. And our health is back up. We'll use a poultice. We're also looking for gold, but I just don't think we'll ever have enough gold to get everything we want unless we play the game multiple times. Or at least grind a little bit. I could do Joker 901. I don't know if that's really worth it though. Just drink that. Six, 4. Go ahead and turn that to loot. And I'll just end the turn. Now that she's used all of her items, we could win, but the odds of us winning in the next 2 turns seem fairly low. So this very well may be one of the sub-chapters where we only get 2 stars. If that's the case, then we would need to do it in 14 turns. Yeah. And I'm not sure we're even going to accomplish that. And I think at that point we probably should just give up. Start over and hope for a better deal. Joker makes sense now. Take this 1, this 2, this 3, this 4, this 5. Take the spare. Take this 6, 7, 8. 14 turns. I basically have to win in this turn. And that's not gonna happen, so restart the hand.
Duel.
Okay, this should work too fairly well. Cannot do anything more. So let's get rid of this. Let's shuffle. Let's play this. Yeah, I don't think there's any other option, so we'll take that. Take the 0, then the 1, then the 0. Take that for our own. Then 0, 9, 8. And then I get your fire here. I could go 7-6, or I could just use the poultice now. Which I think you just use the poultice now. Okay. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2. If I played a 9, I could go 8, 9. Make this combo a little bit longer. 8, 9, 0, 1. I think that's a pretty good movement. And how many turns have we played now? 4? Yeah, we are very much closer to winning with that than we were before. Stunned. Get 2. 7 does nothing. Should I spend a spare 2? That did end a couple turns that I could have used a spare card on instead. I guess maybe that is where spare cards might play a better role. Is if you have a very tight number of turns to win a duel in. Even if she does get this alcohol, all she could really do is start a bleed on me. Whereas all I really need to do is get a decent attack. Ideally, we're looking for just like a major combo just to see what an overkill combo really feels like. But yeah, we may not really get that. 10 turns, do we risk another turn? I think we do. Okay. 1 charges that. And that's literally all we can do, so just attack and win. You get 3 stars. Maybe we really didn't get much of an overkill bonus. Overall gold, we've got a tight amount, but not a crazy amount, since we are getting slightly around that much each turn. All we really need is for one of the next 2 sub-chapters to reward us with a decently larger amount of gold. Unhand my goods, you sweaty brigand. So I guess we are doing another duel, and I wouldn't be surprised if we are doing yet another duel after the fact with like Paragrand. We gotta start using these. We got way too many of them. It's not like they sell for anything. At least I don't think they sell for anything. If they did sell for like 100 or 200 gold, that would definitely change things up. So this one is exposed, this card is exposed. The rest of these in the middle are not exposed. So there isn't much of a combo going on here. Increase the chance to pierce. He's resistant to sea weapons and fire. And he resists alcohol. He's got a lot of grog bombs. He's got a firebomb blunderbuss, shoots for 14 unblockable fire damage. That's interesting. That might be very useful. Do I want to play this right now? I could do that, and then that, and then that. Certainly. But then I would have to play another one to get any further, and I just don't think that's worth it. So we immediately are bleeding. How many turns do we have this time? 17 turns? Yeah, and it really does feel like the game just goes easy on you. If you fail once. So it might very well be just a good strategy to immediately reset on the first attempt of anything to see if the game helps you a little bit better. Of course, I am playing it on very hard, so if I wasn't playing it on very hard, I imagine you wouldn't need to even consider such tricks. Okay, we'll just take this. 7, 4, 5, 5, 4. Can't really do anything, so we'll just throw a knife. 0, 9, 0, 9. Let's see. So yeah, even the game thought that was a bad deal. Right, so now he's through everything. And we have 5 turns to potentially win. Increase the chance to pierce. I think your odds of getting a combo are fairly low. And even if you could pierce, I don't know if that's enough damage to still get you where you need to be. This guy does not have a real resistance to bleed, so if I did try to bleed him, I probably could do a massive amount of damage to him. Right, so 2, 3, 2. Seven. $15 turns. Are we gonna win in the next 2 turns is the question. I don't know, maybe we'll get really, really lucky. 4, 5. I could try this 3, 2, 1. And that gets back to this 2. Then I could definitely do a 9 to an 8. 7, 8, 9, 0. I guess you go all out now. You play a joker, and then that goes 2, 3, 4, 34. And then do that. 47's not enough, and I don't think I get enough going any further, so I think you just hit this. We need pretty high amount of damage. And 19 is not enough. $16, we need to do it in 17 turns. Hmm. 37 wins it for us. Let's just try to go for overkill, I guess. We can't. Okay. That's an overkill plus 8. But that used all of our spare cards. So an overkill plus 8 gave us 40 points, which I guess you get 5 times your overkill, which is then, I guess, 40 coins. And I guess that might be where I was struggling before as far as getting the weapons that would be necessary. Let's see, this shoots for 14 unblockable fire damage. So it may not be better. It's the Queen of the Wreckers, Shipwreck Sue. Ahoy, Susie, give me my cargo or taste my lead and steel. And so there's just this character we have not even seen before. And yeah, I don't know. She definitely looks like she's Asian. And that seems kind of weird because you've had Mariah, who was of African descent. And now we have like one Asian character. And I guess that probably is about the right balance that would be in England at that time. It probably is a reference to one of the largest Chinese pirates that ever existed. But yeah, I figured we'd probably just end up with this. So 14 unblockable damage with a charge of 7 just does not make any sense at all. Let's see. Faster guns for 5 turns. Weaken the opponents since we've got one of those. Yeah, we're trying to just kind of keep one of everything on the field or in our collection. And I imagine I won't have to deal too much with actual gold. We'll either get it or we won't. So this jeweled scimitar, slash for 13 base damage, 25% chance to cause bleeding, 25% chance to poison. That seems like a nice weapon, maybe a little weak. And then you have a French pistol plus 6, which is 30% chance to pierce and has a base damage of 19, but then it's getting bumped up to 21. She's going to take some extra turns. She's going to do a snuff bomb. Or 2. No, one's a throwing knife.
Duel.
And leeches. Okay. There's nothing I can do. So, first things to do, I guess, would probably be this. Just snuff bomber. And so my hope here is that she just won't be able to really play anything. And this is another female character that has more of an ah sound. Kind of feels like maybe the voice director, and I think females in particular voice actors probably have to be careful to make an ah sound that sounds like you're in pain versus an ah sound that sounds like you're in ecstasy. And so I don't think the voice director did a good job to catch or direct them and say, hey, yeah, this is, we're not shooting for a porn here, so you don't have to sound as saccharine sweet in your voice acting. There is a similar problem with actresses. Some actresses, I won't say a lot, just being completely unwilling to look at, even for a second, even for a frame in a movie, ugly. So they can't give the kind of deep emotional, angry performance, because they're always in the back of their head thinking about how do I look in this scene, and do I look pretty? Whereas sometimes a scene may very well just call for you to be totally upset and snot dripping down your nose as you're screaming at the top of your lungs, or just completely angry, or just other actual ranges of emotions that would cause you to actually change your facial contortions, I guess. And maybe some of that is Botox, certainly too. And it's unfair to say that there aren't some. I bet there's some there's some male actors that do the same thing, but I have heard it complained about before as being a problem. Yeah. The ugly cry versus the pretty cry. In acting. Wow. That was fast movement. I don't know why there's a specific reason why you would move faster at that point. Oh, well, we don't have a combo, so I'm gonna just gain my health back. Let's see. Just continuously gain health back. Yeah, and I feel like we're probably just gonna play out this deal. 3, 2. Can't do anything for us. Is there something I could have done better? Is I guess the question. And how many turns have we taken? 10. It wanted us to win in 10 turns. What are our goals? We have collected 21 stars already, so that's not a problem. So we might as well continue playing if we think we have a chance. Okay. Start with this. Interesting how they don't explode into each other. I guess slashers bleed. I don't know if this actually would increase a bleeding attack. I don't think either one of my cards may actually cause bleeding, so that may be of absolute no use. Shuffle. This is still the 10th turn, so I guess if I could get a massive combo here, which maybe. Is there anything else we could have done? No. Six. We either go 0 or we go 8. I guess I take the 8 because it's a sword. Might lose here. Alright, let's just drink this, since we're probably gonna lose anyways. 9, 0. 1 on the sword. Then 2. Then 1. It does 20 damage and no bleed effect. 7, 8, 9. Shoot, and no bleed effect. We have 140 gold right now. We needed 28 more gold, so there's a decent chance we would succeed in the gold department also. And I would just like to be done with this chapter and not have yet another chapter near this back half to where the struggle is massively too hard to just beat a level. I have like 1 health. Okay, 9. Two, 3. And that was all I could do. So unless he just can't play this next turn. And even at that, I guess I would still have to win. So I need to get a major combo going. There you go, overkill of 19. And is there anything to consider changing or equipping? I don't think so. I think it once again is just kind of random luck. This didn't refill all of my abilities, which I guess shows that it's not always going to just cheat in your favor. It should have changed that one to loot, actually. On second thought. Because this one might get blown up. Anyways. Interesting, didn't blow up the spare card. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Then we smack these. 2. Then we're only able to play one thing here, so we'll try that snuff bomb, and it didn't even work. Okay. So we can just attack there and stun. Take that out. Since we've got nothing better to do, we'll get a consumable. Which I guess we should probably drink an alcohol and then drink a slow a tea. That would be the smart way to play. To use alcohols and teas. If you're just gonna spend 2 turns trying to regain your health. 7, 6. I mean, is this really the time to shuffle? I'd say no. Just let it redeal. And it feels like almost every duel should have something like this where you can get a random item and the duels could just go on forever. It's been 13 turns already. Is now the time to reshuffle this? Maybe. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. And hit it. And she sure does play fast. I would think you would program them to move a little bit slower than that, but maybe the game programmers even themselves realize that these duels can go fairly long, and thus a potential need for a fast opponent. I think we've got this. It would just be a matter of can we get 55 gold in the loot that we assume we're gonna win when beating them. 7, 8. 7, 8. Can't do anything more. 2. You see that increases damage and weapon charge. Hmm. 3, 9, 0, 1. It's not really a good charge, but we'll attack anyways. I think we probably are almost guaranteed a victory in the gold department. Okay, so now we could go with a 7 or a 9. So we go with the 9 because it's a gun. And that doesn't do anything else for us. I could still lose here. But I am hoping I won't. Shuffle. 9. There, we got enough gold. Although we really didn't need that interruption to just break our movement. 26 damage. Think means we win. We could get a really nice combo and end this with a major overkill to get a little bit more gold. That would be nice, but I don't know if it's really necessary and really worth wasting a spare card. But whatever. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Smash that for a whole bunch of gold. Smash that for a whole bunch of gold. Get another item. Go ahead and turn that into loot. Nice, a 4. That's, I think, as good as we can get. Overkill of 25, 1 star. God, I didn't know what storm you blew in on, but the spoils, I don't know what storm you blew on, but the spoils are yours. Not really a story there so much. So we had a 25 overkill bonus, and it gave us 125 gold extra. So even if you do spend a bunch of spare cards to get that overkill bonus, you're really not getting that much gold at the end of the day. It seems to be very tightly programmed so you don't end up with hundreds of extra gold. So we got the jeweled scimitar, a sea weapon, melee weapon, slash for 13 base damage, 5 charge, 25% chance of bleeding, 25% chance of poison, not too bad. We have this amber bodice, which would give you the jeweled scimitar a 10% more damage, which would then just be 14.3 damage. Which maybe doesn't make it really worth it to have to change 2 different things. We got 270 gold as loot, so we would have been perfectly fine this time. It was just that one chapter, I guess, that was just kind of difficult for some reason. And then we got another throwing knife. We haven't seen a throwing knife +1 or anything like that come out. We saved what we could, no thanks to the wretches. Thanks for your help. I do enjoy a good brawl with Sue. She's a fine woman. Ah, yes, mighty fine. You claim this contraband is yours? How's that then landlubber? How is that then landlubber is what he means. It's a long story, but the magistrate who pays you does so with my money. I've been cheated for too long, and now I'm claiming back what's rightfully mine. So that would make you the Darkmoor heiress? Well, damn my eyes. You could make a fine life as an outlaw. You have the mettle for it. if you're taking over the business side of things, there's more you should know. Come to my hideout and I'll show you the rest. Interesting. So, I guess the story will continue. I'm very excited to show you these arms. And I guess this guy just is here to remind us that he exists as a potential love interest or just an assistant character. And we've kind of forgotten about the gypsy lady too. I'm very excited to show you these arms and belts perfectly suited to maritime combat. Well, too late now. Beware the excise man, Shadowhand. Excise tax. So we could have a 19 pistol that charges for 5 versus one that charges for 6. But it doesn't quite do the same thing. Or we can have a 15 silver sword with the 30% chance to counterattack, which there might be an argument for that. Or we can have this weapon, which, I mean, as soon as you got it, it's pretty much useless. We just aren't going to have enough gold to buy all these weapons. This bodice would have to replace this bodice, which would be a 20% chance to resist stun versus a 20% chance to resist bleeding. Or we can wear this to boost sea swords, but what do we have actually equipped? A land sword and a land ranged weapon. So this wouldn't be useful, and this wouldn't be useful. This can boost land weapons by 10%. Or this can boost land swords by 10%. So we'll equip that. And that might get our sword a little bit better. Otherwise, we'll buy one of these. And I don't know if there really is a reason to buy too much more of anything else. And then we can get one more willpower. And now it's just trying to find more jokers and spare cards. Because insight to start with more cards face up is not that useful. Luck is nice, and so, but I would rather be able to call upon luck using a spare card than I would be to have to just hope I get lucky. They're now level 18 infamous. We are still short as far as this card, which would turn cards into spare cards. Fire damage reduction by 20%. Yeah, and I just don't think you spend any money here. I think it's all just a bad choice. I think you just hold on to it. So next chapter, the story I guess will continue, and we'll take on the smuggler's hideout, which will reveal, I think, something more, and then the Darkmoor labyrinth, and then Robber's Ruins 2, and Holloway. Which Robber's Ruins 1 was way down here. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy actually turns out to be the father of Darkmoor Estate somehow. But I keep looking for twists, and I suspect there aren't going to be any twists. Oh well, I will say I'm glad that it seems like we've probably got at most 8 more hours of gameplay. This was an hour and 40 minutes to get through this one chapter. These chapters are just getting too long. They were too long 5 chapters ago, frankly. And they're just getting longer. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.